Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a very rarely seen variant of the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711. This is the 5711G-001, the white gold model. Launched in 2007 and only made through 2009, it's one of the scarcest of the 5711 variants in white gold, really gray gold, because it's the type of white that never needs to be rhodium plated. This is a 40 millimeter watch. It's 8.7 millimeters thick, and it is 49.5 from end link to end link. And since you're never going to wear it without some sort of bracelet or strap, I'm measuring end link to end link. That is the true distance across the wrist. We'll throw this on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see this lovely gray dial rubber strap clad Nautilus wears very nicely. I would actually recommend this for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. Mine is 16, and I've got plenty of clearance on each side. It'll also fit easily under a cuff. Here's your over the top. Keep in mind I'm pulling the strap a little bit tight here. We're also going to take a look at the strap, which is designed to echo the design of a Patek Philippe leather strap, and it does that well, but it is rubber on both sides. Rubberized, very, very water resistant, extremely versatile. You can see we've got a buckle here. It's actually quite a bit nicer than a standard Nautilus on a bracelet would have enjoyed. Back when the Nautilus on a bracelet had a simple double fold with a clamshell lock, this was quite substantial, featuring a trigger release system and a custom Nautilus buckle. The exterior buckle with the model name on it is super cool, and it is made of the same gray gold as the watch, and you have to press these triggers to open it up just like that. And it's got a double fold, so it's less likely than a single fold to pinch your wrist. Taking a look here, you can see that it is designed to integrate with the case. The strap is designed to flow into the low profile as though this were a bracelet. Of course, Gerald Genta designed the Nautilus 3700 back in 1976 with a bracelet, but the look on a strap is sporty, and the swell and taper of the strap means that it still looks quite cohesive. We have a combination of satin and polished elements, and as ever, the Nautilus case is a fairly complex assembly, often helping to explain and justify to some degree the price premium over the Aquanaut, which is a much less complex finishing assignment and assembly. As you can see, we've got a screw-down crown. The watch is 120 meters water resistant. We have the Calatrava across, the emblem of the manufacturer, on the crown. And then we've got the rounded polygonal bezel, which is the same profile outside, inside, crystal, and dial, whereas on something like a Royal Oak, yes, you have that rounded polygonal form outboard, but then everything inboard of it is round. This is all parallel in terms of shape. White gold hands and indices, they won't tarnish or oxidize over time. We'll get very close so you can see the dial in detail. It's a gray metallic with a different look than the blue or than the gradient dials. So really, I would say almost New York aesthetic. It's New York, it's Chicago, it's London, whereas other Nautilus models, particularly in rose gold or yellow gold, feel much more distinctly LA, Singapore, French Riviera, Italy. This is much more of a chilly aesthetic. It's a business aesthetic. That said, it is an all-around sports watch. We have automatic winding, we have water resistance, a rubberized strap, and no shortage of luminescence. The watch does not feature hacking, because this is caliber 324, but it does feature a quick set date. We'll demonstrate when screwing the crown out. You can actually apply a little bit of back pressure and stop the seconds hand more or less wherever you want. So it's a hacking hack, so to speak, as I've often called it. Then there is an intermediate position where you can rapidly cycle the date via the quick set. You can't see a whole lot of the movement because this one has the service sticker on it. Well, I'm not going to remove that entirely. I'll give you a little glimpse of what's inside. Nicely decorated. Free-sprung Jaramax Patek Philippe seal. Nope. This is actually an older execution of the 324s. We've got a combination of the Geneva hallmark, and then we've got a metal hairspring. So these being made between 2007 and 2009, early 2009 discontinuation, I don't believe any of them do have the Patek Philippe seal. So the older Geneva seal, the 5-position adjustment on the movement, the metal hairspring before the arrival of silicon, still a 4 hertz beat rate, still unidirectional winder, still a 45-hour power reserve, still 29 joules, a nicely decorated, thin, fine, and quite precise automatic movement that can deliver outstanding performance in terms of accuracy when properly adjusted. There's a lot to love about this watch. watch. It's a sporty aesthetic. It's a stripped down aesthetic with the strap rather than the bracelet. It's a rare model. It's an unusual dial where the dial is almost the same color as the case metal, and very, very difficult to find. I haven't had one of these on the channel in 8 years. So if you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.